You know, so sometimes, yeah, when you listen to people, you get some perspective on what a setback is. So enough time, you know, things don't pan out the way you want them to. You know, if I look back at 2016, I was supposed to be in Japan, and that never happened. And maybe for good reason, I would meet the people that I met if I had been in Japan. You know, so it's like six on one, half a dozen on the other. You know, it's like, yeah, on one hand, you vex say you never get for go to Japan, but at the same time, if you had been there, the people that you have in your life, you would not have had them if you were over there. Or maybe you would. But you just never know. And that's one example. And then sometimes you look and you're like, all right, fast forward 2018, you just start this particular, you know, this particular job. This, you know, whether you're a teacher or whatever it is, right? Yeah, you start to work there. And you say to yourself, I kind of wish me to do this like 2 years earlier. You know? Yeah, I mean, now that I think about it, no, how it would I go? Me I MEDZ it now. Maybe I would have been in the system for 9-10 years. Maybe. If me did just say, alright, as soon as I graduate, come back out here so and just go straight into that. If that was the intention, then sure. But yeah, sometimes what it is that up here, you're always in a different space at different times. You know, and because of where you were mentally, you weren't in the space that would have allowed you to be accepting of that particular road. You never necessarily want to go down that road there. You never really wanted that. So that's what a setback is for. You know, enough time we see it as the door closed. But the door closed for a reason. There are other doors. But sometimes we get fixated. This is what we want. We want this. We don't want nothing else. We want this. And we wonder why we have depression. Sometimes we depress ourselves. If not most times, we depress ourselves. Because if you really look into it, it's like, okay, I really wanted this. Alright, what happens if you don't get it? I'll give you a perfect example of that. I always go back to Ronda Rousey. She was like call it the biggest female MMA. Yeah, the biggest female MMA star at the time when she was fighting. And if I remember correctly, she was on a win streak. She would have win fight after fight after fight. She just kept winning, right? Most of the time it's either, I don't remember if it was by knockout. Most of the time it was an armbar or something to that effect. But anyway, she was so accustomed to winning